A lot of us say that we're open to receiving and we're ready to evolve and grow. But at the same time, we create these limitations on what we can receive. And what do I mean by that? We say negative things like, I know that's not possible, that costs too much money, there's no way that's going to happen for me. It would require me to do too much for me to get there. We create these little blocks because we say these things and we think negatively because we're not able to let our minds expand enough to see endless possibilities. Because if you're thinking about growing, if I'm thinking about growing and I want to grow bigger than what I am now, I don't always know how that's going to look and how that's going to go. But I can allow myself to be open to receiving more without me saying negative things like it's not possible or me creating a wall there just from having the negative thoughts of how things won't work and that is not possible. We think that the experiences that we had, sometimes we can't see past those experiences and think that that's the most or the maximum that you can get, or the experiences of people in your, close vicinity. And sometimes because we can't see it, we don't have that vision of it happening in real life around us, then we create those blockages by thinking it's not possible. The affirmation for today is, I am open to receiving more than imagine. I am open to receiving more than I imagine. So you have to open yourself, allow yourself to be open, be ready, get in a state of allowing so that these things can actually happen for you. But if you don't have that receiving, if you're not in that state of receiving and being ready for it, then you're creating a wall. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe that it's possible for you, that's another block, a limitation that you created. And with that block there, just think about it. If it's a wall, how can it get past the wall if you created a wall there? So ask yourself, what am I ready to receive now? What am I ready to receive now that I wasn't ready to receive before? What limitations did I set in the past where I wasn't able to receive things? So that you can see, was this something I was creating for myself because of the way that I was thinking? A lot of times when you have no doubt, when you're ready to achieve something, ready to accomplish something, and you have no doubt or fear, it happens so easily because you didn't create that block. It's like you became a magnet to receiving it because you did not create the limitation there. But when we create those limitations, things are difficult and it's harder to receive because you have to be in a state of allowing and receiving in order to receive. So, as a practice today, whenever you feel yourself today having any limited thoughts of why something can't work, nobody is going to like you, I can't, that costs too much money, all these negative things about something that you want to receive, every time you find yourself having that negative thought, then cancel, cut, delete. So for the practice, we're going to practice not allowing ourselves to create limitations today. No limitations today. So let's get into our visualization. I want you to close your eyes and breathe. And I want you to open your palms, put your palms in a receiving mode. And get yourself ready for overflow. Imagine an overflow pouring into your palms. How does it feel for you to receive? Are you questioning why you're receiving? Are you ready to receive? Are you allowing yourself to receive without guilt? What does it feel like if things start to actually flow into your life and overflow? What would that feel like to you? What emotions will come up as that happens? Would you be excited and ready? Or would you have shame, guilt, fear, all these other things that may be the blockages that are stopping you? What feelings come up in your body as you imagine an overflow coming into your life? And sit with this feeling for a minute and just examine how you feel. Now I want you to come back. The feeling that you received just now when you were thinking about this visualization, let's talk about that for a moment. A lot of us have guilt and shame connected to receiving, and fear and doubt. Like, if I get this, something is going to happen because I receive it. It's like we've created these stories and we programmed ourselves to think negatively when we're thinking about receiving. So we sabotage ourselves and we create these limitations subconsciously because we think that if we receive, we're going to lose it. Something bad is going to happen. People are going to judge me. All of these negative conversations that we created, these stories that we have told ourselves that are underlying, that are actually creating those blocks. And the reason why haven't been able to receive is because of those same stories that we created. So it's about recognizing those stories, because when we begin to recognize the stories, we can let these things dissolve away. But as long as you don't recognize it, it's there playing it's playing in the background, and you may not even know it's there, and it's blocking you from receiving and evolving into the better life that you want to be in. So it's about cleaning that up, recognizing it, cleaning it up, and letting those things dissolve and releasing those stories so that you can rewrite your new story and get yourself prepared to receive. And this takes work. If these are deep programs that have been running for a long time, we got to find a way to bypass them. So sometimes you got to let these things come up and recognize them, release them, so that you can rewrite a new story. As a holistic tip for today, let's do some breath work. Just sit with yourself and breathe deeply. Breathe in for 4, out for 8. And as you breathe in healing and positivity and light. And as you breathe out, release those stories about the guilt and the shame and the fear and all those things that are connected to what you truly want. The blockages that are stopping you from receiving those things. So as you breathe in opportunities, money, love, all of those things that you want. And as you breathe out, release the fear, the doubt, all of the negative things. So let's do that breathing exercise for 15 minutes as an attempt to release these things. And if these programs are like deep and you've been going through this for a long time, let's make this a daily practice until we release it. Make it into a daily practice. That way, you bring it up into awareness and you're able to let it go. Because if it's playing in the background, it's kind of like when you have a cell phone and you have all these different apps open. And just because you're using one app doesn't mean that the other apps aren't running in the background. You got to close the different apps and free up space so that you can get the highest, so that your cell phone could work at its highest capability. That might be slowing you down from using the app or making a program run slower because it's in the background. So that's just an idea example that came to mind. But yeah, let's do breathing exercises every day to try to release these things. I will see you all tomorrow. We have one day left. Let's get ourselves ready to receive. See you tomorrow. Peace and love. Mwah.